My name is Neburako. I'm an accountant and QuickBooks consultant. Today, I'm going to take you through QuickBooks class tracking feature. What is QuickBooks class tracking? Okay. A class in QuickBooks refers to or may refer to a branch, a location, or a department of an organization. So QuickBooks enable you to track transactions based on that specific segment of the organization or that department or that branch that it relates to. So what it means is that in entering transaction in QuickBooks, you have an option to assign that transaction that you are recording to a specific segment of the organization it relates to. It can be a department, it can be a location, and it can be a branch. For example, we incur electricity for a month to a tune of, let's say, 5,000. In recording it in QuickBooks, you can specify which department, which segment of the organization, which branch really incur that organization. So the essence of class tracking is that you want to generate reports based on a branch, based on a department, or based on a location. So you want to see the profit made by each of the locations of your business, each of the segment of your business, each of the department, each of the branch of your business. So that's the essence of class tracking. So let me just take you through how it works. Okay, so in your QuickBooks, in most QuickBooks, the class feature is normally turned off. So what you do is that you first have to turn on the class tracking feature, and class tracking feature is available in all the versions of QuickBooks: QuickBooks Pro, Premier, Accountant, Enterprise, QuickBooks Online. So in all QuickBooks products, you will find the class tracking feature. But as I said, it's most times it's hidden or it's inactive. So what you have to do is that you have to activate it. So for you to activate it, this is how you do it. You just click on Edit and click on Preferences. Then you click on Accounting and click on Company Preferences. Then you come to make sure you take Use Class Tracking for Transactions. Make sure you just check the box against it and just click OK. Good. So once that is done, you can now go ahead and add your branches, your department or location, or a specific segment of your organization that you want to track transactions on. So if you want to add this segment or this department or this branch, what you do is that you just click on List and just click on Class List. So now you see my classes is empty. So what I'll do is that I'll just come down here and click on a drop down class and just click New. So here, as I said, class may refer to a branch of the organization. It can relate to a department of the organization. It can also mean a location of the business. So any area of your business that you want to track, that's what you put here. So for example, in my case, I'm going to use location or branches as my classes. So let's say there's a business. My business is called Wise Way Consulting Limited. We have branches across the country. We have a branch in Cape Coast. We have a branch in Kumasi, Accra, and Takwai. So I'm going to create these branches for this organization. So what I will do is I'll just come here, Accra branch, and click next to add another branch, Cape Coast branch. Then I add Kumasi branch. Then last, Takrade branch. So it does not necessarily mean that class represents branch, as I earlier said. It represents any form of segment of the business you want to track. So you can use class for maybe department, like maybe marketing department, administration, HR, and the rest. In my case, I'm using branches. That's locational branches. So I'll just click OK. So these are all my my class list. Branch, Accra branch, Cape Coast branch, Takoradi branch, and Kumasi branch. Now good. Now let me enter a transaction and let me show you how the class tracking works. So let's say that we provided a service. Okay, so I'm creating an invoice for a customer. So I'll just click on create an invoice. Then I'll come here, I'll select my template, professional template. Then I'm going to select a customer. So let's say we are making or providing a service to a company called Kennel Institute. Okay, now I'm going to select the service that we are providing. Let's say we are providing accounting software implementation for them. We are charging, let's say, 5,000 for the project. Now I'm recording a sale, I'm recording an income, but because I have a class here, I'm supposed to select a class. So which of the branches of my organization am I attributing this income to? So what it means is that this income generation, which department or which segment of my organization is it coming from? So let's say it is the Accra branch that got me this account software implementation income of 5,000. So I'll just come here and select Accra branch 5,000. The same thing here. Then I just save it. So what it means is that I have a total income of the organization of 5,000, but that 5,000 came from a branch called Accra branch. So for example, if I want to generate a report, let's say a profit and loss report, let's say by class. Okay, now you see that I have a sale of 5,000 which is attached to the Accra branch. Now let's do another sale. Let's say another sale came in to a customer called this, and it came from the Cape Coast branch. Then the service that we provided was an internal audit. Branch is Cape Coast, and we charge them 4,000 for a period. And I save it. When I go to report, company and financial, I want to see the report based on class, profit and loss based on class. Then I know that I have a total income of 9,000, 5,000 coming from branch A, which is Accra, then 4,000 coming from branch C, which is the Cape Coast branch. So this is how QuickBooks class tracking works. So every transaction you enter, you have to specify a branch or a class it relates to. So for example, I'm going to pay for some expenses. So let's say I'm writing a check. Let's say to pay for, I'm writing it from GCB Bank, and I'm paying for ECG. I'm paying to ECG, and I'm paying for electricity. I'm paying for, let's say, 1,000, and that 1,000 relates to an Accra branch. I'm paying another electricity 2,000, and that one relates to the Cape Coast branch. So in entering expenses also, you have to specify which branch, which location that expense affect, or which branch of your organization or which part of the organization incurs that expenses. So I'm just going to save it like that. Good. Now when I go to report again and I want to see profit and loss by class, now you see Accra branch is giving me a net income of 4,000. Cape Coast branch giving a net of income of 2,000. So income is branch specific, expenses is also branch specific, and the total is here. So basically this is how QuickBooks class tracking is.